It's list time. Hey guys, it's Brian. If you're watching this video, thank you for tuning in to ChannelBK. Happy Hanukkah. Fuck! I mean, happy holidays to all of you. So this is going to be my first list. I'm going to be doing a top albums, I'm going to be doing the top movies as well, but that'll be in the new year because I have some more movies to see before then, and yeah, we're going to get into this. Now obviously I do have a system I kind of take from a lot of different people of how they put general singles into their top 50. I'm only doing like singles and promotional songs, but obviously throughout the list, it was only the fact that I want to have like one artist or one certain album represented for each of the artists that I have on the list, but as well as that, I just didn't want to overflow it with like my favorite songs from albums, but at the same time, there's obviously certain exceptions with certain lists, including mine. So here we go. Oh, and also, please like, please subscribe. It really does help out, and please, let's just keep it nice in the comments. If you have your list of your top 10 favorite songs or whatever of the year, please, please, please leave them in the comments below because I want to know. Let's see what you guys have. And here we go with number 50. I have Habits Stay High by Tove, and at 49, I have Take Me to Church by Hozier, I believe. And at 48, I have the intro to the new Foo Fighters album, Sonic Highway, Something from Nothing. 47, I have the new single from A$AP Rocky featuring a very minimal Juicy J, Multiply. And at 46, I have Inside Out, Spoon. And at number 45, I have the new Bishop Nehru track, You Stressin, which was produced by Disclosure. Love that track. And at number 44, I have Boom Clap, featured on the Fault in Our Stars soundtrack, but now on the new Charli XCX album by Charli XCX. And at number 43, I have Sleeping with a Friend, Neon Trees. And at 42, I have the big Bombastic's new single from Imagine Dragons, I Bet My Life. At number 41, I have the chilling electronic project, Caribou, with his song, Can't Do Without You. And at number 40, I have the huge pop song from the new Maroon 5 album, Animals. And at number 39, I have Guilty All the Same, Linkin Park featuring Rakim. I really enjoyed this album, even though I didn't review it, and I really liked the song since the first time I heard it, and I loved the build-up, and I thought it was a great song. At number 38, I had kind of a tough time because I really do love Love Me Harder by Ariana Grande, but when I first heard Problem, I was addicted to it, so yes, Problem, Ariana Grande featuring Iggy Azalea. At number 37, I have Digital Witness by St. Vincent, super funky track, love it. And at number 36, I have the huge track off the new Logic album, Under Pressure. At number 35, I have the super addictive and catching Mess on a Mission, Liars. At number 34, I have what was one of the most surprising singles to release this year, or tracks, which just released like last week. Love this group, and it's sad to see that they're broken up, but Inanimate Sensation, Death Grips. At number 33, I have the self-titled track from the new Jack White album, Lazaretto. At number 32, I have the great R&B track, Good Kisser by Usher. And at number 31, I have the super funky and fun Alt-J song, Left Hand Free. And also, at number 30, I have Christ Conscious by Joey Badass. Super hard track, can't wait for his new album. Joey just goes in on this and the beat is just super raw and I love it. But at number 29, I have Cleopatra by Weezer from the new album. And at number 28, I have the self-titled track from the new Young the Giant album, Mind Over Matter. Definitely was not a huge fan of the song when it first came out, but I really grew to love it, as you can obviously tell. And at number 27, I have Rather Be, Clean Bandit featuring Jess Glynne. I know everyone's gonna butcher me for the name butcher. I believe it's Glenn, or I believe it's one of those two. I'm super sorry, but I do love that song, super catchy, and I love just the beat, and I love it so much. It's super catchy and super fun. At number 26, I have the song off the new Absol album, Stigmata, featuring Action Bronson and Assad. Love the beat, love the ya from Schoolboy, super dope track. 25, here we go. 25 was the brand new song released from Chance the Rapper from his new mixtape that is soon to be coming out, I hope, Surf, Sunday Candy, which is Donnie Trumpet featuring The Social Experiment, and The Social Experiment. At number 24, it was one of the singles released off the new FKA Twigs album, 2 Weeks. Love this song so much. It's super eerie and it just has a great build up every time it gets to the chorus. Super awesome track. Number 23, I have the new jrock song, Parental Advisory. Super weird track. The beat itself kind of sounds hard, but it's also kind of like noisy, but it sounds like goofy noisy, and the way jrock just goes on it, I cannot wait for his new album. This is a great track. At number 22, I have the emotional track off the new Angels and Airwaves album, The Dreamwalker, Tunnels. Obviously, as I said in the review, this is one of my favorite tracks, and I love the subject matter that Tom has, and I thought it was one of the more consistent tracks on the album, and it's just a great song in general. At number 21 is Centuries by Fall Out Boy. Centuries was a song that definitely grew on me. I knew all the Fall Out Boy fans are kind of like in with it, but the first time I heard this song, I just loved it. It's such a great rock song, or, you know, people are gonna say, oh, it's not rock, but I thought it was a great song, great jam, and I thought the lyrics were great and all that sort of stuff. At number 20 is actually a single that was released, or a song that was released that wasn't even on the new Big KRIT album, Mount Olympus. I finally got around to hearing the song, and I was waiting to put one of Big KRIT's songs on the actual list, but when I finally heard this song, I'm like, now this is what I wanted. This is dope. Mount Olympus was so crazy. I loved the beat. Big KRIT just went over that track, and he just killed it, and I loved it. At number 19, it's definitely an album that everyone's hyping over about. I got to listening to it about once or twice, and I didn't hate it. I really did not. But I just never saw the crazy, like, attachment to it. But I definitely like some songs on there, including the haunting, in a way, opening track to the new Swans album, Screenshot. At number 18 is a self-titled song from the new Against Me record, Transgender Dysphoria Blues. Great rock song. Very simple, and I thought it was a great track, and I loved it a lot, and the lyrics were really great too. Number 17, definitely a song that I wasn't too big on when I first heard it, but I was, I think, a little bit more okay with it than other people. But when I heard Kendrick Lamar go on SNL and perform this song, I think I liked it even more as I listened to it more and more, and that is I. At number 16 is this super infectious Tune Yard song, Water Fountain. First heard this, I believe it was like one of those like stereo commercials or whatever. Ever since I looked it up and I finally got to listening to it, I just could not stop listening to it. Super fun beat, super fun lyrics. It's just a lot of fun, and the music videos were really weird too, but I love it. 15 is from an album that I was very high about this year, and that is Queen by Perfume Genius. Great song, great lyrics, and he just kills it, and that album itself was phenomenal, but this song was great as well. Number 14 is somewhat a haunting, but also kind of an oddly catchy track from the new EP, Hell Can Wait by Vince Staples, Hands Up. Obviously, there's a main reason why I picked this song, but I think Vince Staples has always been a great spitter from what he did on Hive and other tracks, and I think with this track, he really solidified himself to me as just being great, and I thought this beat was phenomenal, and the way he put the hands up to the hands up, and I thought that was super clever. Great song. 13 from the new Waters mixtape, Mick Jenkins, Jazz. I could have picked any song, really, but again, I want to kind of stay true to kind of what I was going to figure out, and Jazz was the one that had the actual, like, music video to it, so I was like, you know what, I'll just do Jazz, because I love Jazz, and that was one of my favorite songs off the mixtape, and that mixtape is phenomenal, so great track. Number 12 is the haunting Bon Iver-esque track from, and the first track released off the new Coldplay album, Midnight, which was released for Ghost Stories, and I was addicted to this track the first time it came out, and it was really great. At number 11, we have the track that everyone was singing this year, Stay With Me by Sam Smith. Super simple. Love the musicality behind it, and just his voice is phenomenal, so I thought it was great. Top 10, oh boy, it's happening. It's happening. Because at number 10, we got Future Islands, Seasons Waiting on You. Finally got around to listening to it, and I'll be honest, I actually really like the song. It's somewhat simple, but at the same time, it's not. I love the progression when it gets to the main kind of chorus. I just love the way the singer just belts out these lyrics, and it's super emotional. I thought this was a really great track. At number 9 was probably the only good thing to come out of The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and that is Honest by The Neighborhood. As you guys all know, I wasn't too keen on the new mixtape, but I still love what they do, and I thought this was the perfect progression from what they were doing on I Love You to kind of having that hip-hop feel, and I love the track. Super haunting. I thought these were some of the best lyrics he wrote, because on I Love You, it grew on me a lot more, but this song in particular felt absolutely perfect when it came to the lyrics, and I love this song, and I love the piano on it. It's just a great, phenomenal track. Number 8 is a song too that kind of just came out of nowhere with its music video, but it was a song that definitely just grew on me ever so more. First time I heard it, I really enjoyed the song, and I just kept listening and listening and listening to it. Chandelier, Sia, phenomenal track. Love the concept, and I love the real meaning behind it. You know, I believe it's dealing with alcoholism, so I think it was just a very beautiful track. And Sia, even though at some points her voice doesn't hit certain things, you could tell she's straining and the passion in her voice, and I love that so much. Number 7 was from a hip-hop release very early in the year that I was always listening to, but especially this one track, Haunting Track, and I loved the way this rapper wrote on it, and I think his raps, even though he's not the most super lyrical, I thought he just did a great job on it, and that's Break the Bank by Schoolboy Q. Great job, Schoolboy. And Alchemist, good job. Good job. Number 6 is a return to the Hands Up track. This was something that was very prominent when a lot of, you know, the Ferguson stuff and, you know, all this was happening. And it was from a band that, or a group that I didn't love their album that came out this year, but this song in particular was very haunting, and it was much different from Hands Up. But that's Knees on the Ground clipping. Very haunting track, and I loved the storytelling, and I thought it was a phenomenal track and a very, very, very powerful track. Number 5, one of the songs I kept going back to, heard it in the context of the album, and I loved it, and it was definitely from one of my favorite albums of the year. The rapper on it just completely rode through it. The beat itself was just super funky and jazzy and just so nice. Never Catch Me. Flying Lotus featuring Kendrick Lamar. Definitely a song that kind of grew on me. At first I was like, I love it. But then I was like, okay. But no, I actually really, really enjoy it. I just love the track. Number 4 comes from one of my favorite hip-hop releases of the year. Oh My Darling Don't Cry, Run the Jewels. This track was so ridiculous when I heard it. The way they both rap on it, it's like a noise hop sounding song. LP completely demolished this whole album. And I thought, to me, this was sort of the track, you know, I could have put Blockbuster Night, I could have put Close Your Eyes, but I thought Oh My Darling was sort of the song that I was playing a lot, and just that beat, it was just absolutely ridiculous, and I loved it. Number 3, though, kind of flip-flops the scene with a somewhat acoustic track from probably one of my favorite bands, and from an album I really enjoyed from this year, Yellowcard's One Bedroom. This was sort of the song that I first heard on this album, and just, I couldn't get enough of it, and I think this is definitely a track that is still one of my favorites of the year, and it's just, this is when Yellowcard is on top of their game. Beautiful lyrics, beautiful song, and I love this so much, and that huge guitar riff at the end was epic. Number 2, Bleachers, and I Want to Get Better. When I first heard it, I was like so addicted. It was so much fun. It was huge, and it was so crazy. I loved it. It was one of the songs I kept going back to, and it was definitely a great, fun song, and just, I loved it so much. Number 1, though, album that a lot of people were giving great praise, and I finally decided to listen to it, and the second I turned it on, I was absolutely hooked. The first track on this album is haunting. It's emotional, vivid, great storytelling, and just so much heart and so much soul went into it. And it's just absolutely eerie, but it's also sort of, it's just so good. And that's the opening to the new Sun Kill Moon record, Benji, Carissa. Symbolic. Yay. What did you guys think of this year in music? What are your favorite songs? Again, please like, please subscribe. It helps out a lot. Albums, movies are going to be coming sooner or later, but yeah, this is Brian. Thanks for tuning in to Channel BK. Peace out, guys.